Storm Lake center fielder Ryland Richardson. The junior hitting .244 entering tonight's game. 1-0, Fort Dodge the lead. And Richardson now awaits the pitch. And swing and a miss at a curveball, breaking away from the right-handed hitter. Dodgers get a run on 2 hits in the top half of the inning. An RBI single from Jackson Dinklaw. 1 strike pitch, fastball missed down and away. David Gonzalez Santos due up next here for the Tornadoes. And Freebird now with the 1-1 offering. Swinging a line drive left side. It's going to be a backhanded stop by the shortstop Peterson. The long throw across that one's on. Richardson speeds out an infield single. And the Tornadoes have a 2-out base runner here in the bottom of the first inning. Really tough play right there by the shortstop. Reggie Peterson did a good job, just number 1 to field it and then make a little bit of a rainbow throw over to first baseman Royce Peterson. Now Gonzalez Santos will step in with the tying run on base here in the bottom of the first inning. David hitting .293, that tops the team. Leads the squad and runs batted in with 12. Also a team high 16 walks. Has the best on base percentage of .500. Freebird's pitch. This one line foul past Coach Knapp. Well out in front of that pitch. Gonzalez Santos back in the batter's box. Cale Phelps in the on-deck circle. Ryland Richardson at first base. Freebird sets. And the right-hander delivers. Breaking ball cut out and missed in the count, now 0-2. 1-0 the score. Fort Dodge leading. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 2 outs. Ryland Richardson at first base. Gonzalez Santos swings and misses at a curveball, and that ends the first inning. For Storm Lake, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. 1-0 Fort Dodge, second inning action coming up after this on 92.9 The Moose. Dodgers will send up the bottom third of their batting order. Will McElroy, Cal Peterson, and Bo Marsh. Burkston threw 25 pitches in the opening frame, gave up a run on 2 hits, struck out 1 and walked 1. Right-handed hitter, the DH Will McElroy stepping in. Sophomore hitting .263 and pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Oh, front of that one. Get a Storm Lake softball update shortly. As Charlie ahead, 1 strike, and the right-hander delivers. Fastball in there for a called strike 2. Boy, an impossible pitch to hit right there at the knees, inside corner on the black. No ball, 2-strike count. DeBergston shakes off the first side, moves into the motion, delivers. Breaking ball. Oh, missed. And there's his second strikeout for DeBergston. Retires McElroy on 3 pitches. Storm Lake Tornadoes leading 3-0 after the first inning. Matty Raveling with a 3-run blast. In that first, left-handed hitter Cal Peterson, second baseman at the plate, awaits. And a fastball outside corner for a call, strike 1. Sophomore is Cal Peterson, hitting .309. And DeBergston's second pitch. One, he took something off and missed it down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 for Dodge. Dodgers batting in the top of the second with 1 out, bases empty. Swinging a liner, foul, look out. Good thing no kids are playing catch down there. Past the third base bag and over the fence. A lot of green grass over there. You'll see the kids playing some wiffle ball and running around. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Charlie DeBergston trying to ring up the left-handed hitter Peterson, and the delivery. Swing and a miss. He got it. Third strikeout of the game, second straight in the second inning. 2 away, bases empty, and it brings up the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Bo Marsh. So DeBergston is now gone through the Dodgers order officially as they'll face the number 9 man Marsh in the pitch. Breaking ball a mile in front with that swing and miss. As a hitter, you're wondering, is he coming with the heat? Going to throw the curveball on the first pitch. Now you're behind 0-1. I bet a curveball again. It is, but missed outside. 1-1 the count here to Bo Marsh. Sophomore, .313 batting average. Boy, a lot of sophomores in this lineup. Fastball, strike 2. Kingery, the leadoff guy, and Royce Peterson seniors, Dink Law Jr., Reggie Peterson, a freshman, Cal Peterson, True McBride, Colton Schultz, Bo Marsh, all sophomores. Young Fort Dodge baseball team. The pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, and DeBergston strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. We head for the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Fort Dodge. This is Tornado Baseball on 92.9 The Moose. At Spencer, and we didn't throw Charlie in either of the first 2 games, and then after that it's MLC Floyd Valley. Yeah, that'll be tough. What are they ranking? They're top 5 last I saw, and they're good.
So could you go with these 2 guys?
That's what I'm wondering, if they might, maybe start their ace, leave them on a pitch count and see what happens. Yeah, because we struggle. Well, no, we're gonna have to throw Charlie against Spencer. I was thinking you were talking MOC, but
I was thinking you guys against Spencer.
Yeah, we don't hit it great yet. Bottom of the second inning, Cale Phelps swings and fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. 1-0 Fort Dodge with the lead. DeBergston struck out the Dodgers in order in the top of the inning on 11 pitches. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 2. Phelps, the right-handed stick for the Tornadoes. Swing and a miss at a curveball again. And for Freebert, his second strikeout. Peyton Phillips, the Tornado right fielder, now will step in. Phillips hitting .227. The Storm Lake Tornado team hasn't been hitting the ball the best this season, a team batting average of .231, and Phillips hits the first pitch right back to the pitcher, Freebert, in an easy 1-3 putout. So on 4 pitches, there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and it brings up Brock Edwards. 1-0 Dodgers. Edwards, a sophomore, hitting .196. He has 9 hits and 46 at-bats. Leads the team in doubles with 4. And Freebert's pitch, fastball missed away. Bases are empty, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Fort Dodge. And the pitch now delivered. Curveball in there. Boy, that one had some break on it. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Edwards, a right-handed hitting sophomore, back in the batter's box, and the pitch is on the way, and another curveball just missed inside. Maybe when it crossed the plate, it was inside, ended up, looked pretty good. Now the 2-1, another curveball over for called strike 2. Steady diet of that breaking ball. 2 ball, 2 strike count to Brock Edwards. Freebert, the wind, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball that'll be foul. Nobody's going to catch up with that one. True McBride, left fielder, gets chase. It was another curveball that Edwards was out in front of. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases are empty. Storm Lake got a 2-out single from Rylan Richardson in the first inning, but then Gonzalez Santos struck out, and Edwards strikes out on a curveball. 1-2-3 inning for Mason Freebert. No runs, no hits, and at the end of 2, Fort Dodge 1. Storm Lake 0. More baseball on the way on 92.9 The Moose. Top half of the third inning, top of the order for Fort Dodge. Dodgers leading Storm Lake 1-0. There's a ground ball left side, gloved by Edwards, throws across to Bryson Hunter. Easy play right there from the third baseman Brock Edwards. 1 pitch, and Rylan Kingery retired for the second time. Brings up Colton Schultz, who walked and scored the game's only run back in the first inning. The Bergston's ready to work, and Schultz not in the batter's box just yet. Charlie threw 25 pitches in the first, struck out the side in the second on 11 pitches. Fastball outside corner for a called strike 1. Royce Peterson on deck. 0-1 the count, and the windup, and the pitch. Check this swing, and it's a 1-1 count. I believe. It's a tough call for the first base umpire with a left-handed batter. I think he said he went around the pitch, outside with a fastball. I believe the count's 1-2 here to Colton Schultz. The Bergston, the wind of the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. 1-2. 1 out, bases are empty. 1 run on 2 hits for the Dodgers, no runs on 1 hit for the Storm Lake Tornadoes. Green and white makeup game tomorrow at Ridgeview. There's a soft liner left field coming in hard. Bobby Bachman on the run and falls in front of home base hit. Little blooper off the end of the bat of Colton Schultz, hit number 3 for Dodge, and a 1-out base runner now for Royce Peterson, who hit a deep fly ball to center field for a double. That was his 5th double of the year. And Charlie will now go to the stretch. 1-0 for Dodge. Ridgeview game tomorrow for Storm Lake Baseball. Broadcast on 92.9 The Moose starting around 7:30. The pitch. This one hit to the gap. Left center field. Richardson will get this one. Rounding second base on his horses. Schultz. Richardson down the baseball. Schultz being waved home, and he will score, and it's 2-0. Second double of the game for Royce Peterson. RBI number 47 on the year, and it's now 2-0 in favor of Fort Dodge here in the top half of the 3rd inning. 2 runs on 4 hits. And Royce Peterson at second with 1 out, and Jackson Danklaw, who poked one in the left field for an RBI single. 2 well-hit balls now off the bat of Peterson. And Charlie from the stretch. Looking into Gonzalez Santos has the sign. And the right-handers showing a bunt. Curveball missed away. Danklaw was squaring around to maybe bunt that baseball toward the 3rd base side. 1 out here in the inning. 2 runs in the game for Fort Dodge. 1 in the 1st and now 1 here in the 3rd. And the stretch for Charlie, the pitch. There's a bunt put down the 3rd. Well, Edwards just froze, never moved. And everybody's safe. It'll be a bunt single. Brock just did not move and ends up being an easy play there for Danklaw. Getting the 5th hit of the game now for the Dodgers. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. And this is the situation DeVertston faced back in the 1st inning. He got McBride to strike out and then had Reggie Peterson pop up. And now 2 on, 1 out. 2-0 Fort Dodge here in the top of the 3rd, and McBride at the plate. Fastball inside corner for a called strike 1. .396 to straightaway center and .326 down the lines here at the Storm Lake and BBU baseball field. 1 strike pitch. There goes the runner. It's inside. Throwing Gonzalez Santos. Lets it go through. And it bounces on catcher. A run is in. That'll be a throwing error on the Tornado catcher. So Danklaw with a stolen base. Royce Peterson will score on that throw. And down the 3rd base on the throwing error is Danklaw. So 3-0 Fort Dodge. And a runner at 3rd, and a 1-1 pitch to McBride. Now they tried checking his swing. It's a called strike anyway. 1 ball, 2 strike count. So 3 runs on 5 hits for the Dodgers. Runner at 3rd base, Danklaw, and the pitch. Breaking ball inside. It's now 2-2. Reggie Peterson on deck. Fort Dodge batting in the top half of the 3rd inning. The infield drawn in with a runner at 3rd and only 1 out. DeVertston to wind to the pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. Big cut by True McBride, and the count remains 2-2. Outfield straight away. Bachman deep and left. McBride's ready in the batter's box. DeVertston into the windup. And his 2-2 pitch. Fastball's low. So a full count. Inning started easily enough. A 1-pitch ground out to 3rd, but then a single, double, and single. It's produced 2 runs and a runner at 3rd. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a nasty curveball. McBride down on strikes for the second time in the game, the 5th strikeout for DeBergston. Update on Storm Lake softball at the end of 2 innings. The Tornadoes lead it 3-0. Reggie Peterson batting. He is 0 for 1. Popped up to the shortstop Fetcher. Breaking ball. Oh, home plate umpire thought about it. Raising that right arm, did not, and it misses. Ball 1. So Dinklaw still at third base. 2 outs in the inning. 3-0. Fort Dodge in front. Now the pitch, and it's down and away. 2 ball, no strike count. Charlie's ready to work. Infield's ready to make a play, and the 2-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. 3 runs, 5 hits for Fort Dodge. Storm Lake, no runs, 1 hit. Tornadoes have made an error here this inning in the pitch. Fastball hit right side. Base hit, another run is in. Peyton Phillips will field it. Scoring on the play, Jackson Dinklaw and Reggie Peterson with an RBI single, and it's now 4-0 in favor of Fort Dodge. For Peterson, RBI number 27, and he just went the opposite way. Got a fastball, put it in play. 3 runs in here in the inning. 4-0 score, and that brings up Will McElroy, the DH, who struck out leading off the second on 3 pitches. DeBergston ready, and the pitch. Fastball cut on and a foul tip into the mitt of Gonzalez Santos. 3 runs on 4 hits this inning. 4-0 Fort Dodge. And DeBergston will set. And now the pitch. Breaking ball hit toward Edwards at third. He'll field it, throws across to Bryson Harder in time, and the inning is over. But Fort Dodge plates 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 Storm Lake error, 1 left on base. We head for the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score now, Fort Dodge 4, Storm Lake 0. This is Tornado Baseball on 92.9 The Moose.
When the winter thawed, we huddled around the radio, just the broken eye. 7:10 a.m. No KJR. Davey Hops's voices were echoed throughout the yard. In the back of the gym, with me and my friends, the voice on the other end, might as well have been in God's. 1995, the division series, niggas at the back, right on the 11th inning, got the whole town listening. Swung on and built it, the words distorted. Joey Core ran with third. Here comes Griffin, and go to the place 9 times. My oh my, the Mariners.
I'll take it. Fade out, please. And we'll hear from A&A Automotive after this half inning. 4-0 Fort Dodge. Azael Garcia looked at the first pitch for ball 1, and then Mason Freeberg just lost his balance. Maybe his cleat got caught up in the mound right there on the turf. But stopped his motion halfway through it. That is a called ball. 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Knocked Garcia to the ground. On deck, Bobby Bachman, then the top of the order, and Charlie DeBergston. 4-0 Fort Dodge. And now the 3-0, and that's in there for a strike call. Outfield straightaway for the Dodgers. And Freeberg now, 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Freeberg retired the Tornadoes in order in the second on 10 pitches. He has struck out 3. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, late swing and miss by Garcia. 4th strikeout now for Freeberg. And ball really has a lot of movement. This kid, again, just a sophomore that's thrown only 5 innings on the year. And now with 1 out and the base is empty, sophomore left fielder Bobby Bachman awaits the first pitch. Breaking ball outside. DeBergston's on deck. Fort Dodge plated a run in the first inning on 2 hits, and then they scored 3 on 4 hits in that third. And Bachman back in the batter's box, count 1-0, and Freebird now deals. And that pitch missing, 2-0. Bobby Bachman entering the game, hitting 196. And Freebird's pitch, breaking ball, missing, and it's now 3-0. This kid's had pretty good control. That's his first 3-ball count of the game. Sure, it's a take here all the way outside ball 4. So Storm Lake with their first base runner of the game, and that'll bring up DeBergston now with 1 away. And a runner at first here for the Storm Lake Tornadoes on a 4-pitch walk. DeBergston popped up to the pitcher. I pop up right out in front of home plate. Freebird made the catch. And the pitch here is a breaking ball missed. So 5 in a row out of the strike zone after falling behind 3-0 to Garcia, but coming back to strike him out. Bachman short lead at first. The pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball tailing in on the hands of the right-handed hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 out, runner at first. 4-0 Fort Dodge. Freebird, now the pitch. Missed it, low and away. Trey Betcher on deck. In Storm Lake, Bobby Bachman 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this year. The pitch, this one fouled out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With doubt he's going anywhere here. We have Charlie and Trey and Rylan Richardson, who has the Tornadoes' only hit so far anyway. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Let's see if Charlie can get one here. Pitch on the way. Look out, it missed inside. 3-2. Now Tornadoes need some base runners. DeBergston will try to keep the line moving here as Bachman gets off first base, just a 3-step lead, and now the 3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. It was a hit and run. Tough play. DeBergston will beat this one out. Infield single. Just a two-hopper, high chops on both bounces, and an infield single for DeBergston. Bachman wasn't going to move after the throw went over to first base in Storm Lake now with first and second and 1 out. Trey Betcher steps in. Trey, fly ball to right field, his first trip. 4-0 Fort Dodge, but Storm Lake runners at first and second, 1 out, batting in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Freebird with the pitch. Oh, it's a called strike. Richardson on deck. Storm Lake needs to come back with something here. Gave up 3 in the top half of this inning. And the set from the pitcher, Freebird. And the right-hander now delivers. Breaking ball, late swing, and Betcher fouls it out of play over the right side. Down the first base line, and the count moves to 0-2. Beautiful night to take in a baseball, softball game, whatever it is. Thank you for tuning in. The pitch, breaking ball, fouled, third base side. And that's a late swing. That ball, Tornadoes are keeping their hands back. Defensive swing, but Betcher gets to see another one, and hopefully one he can drive somewhere. Bachman at second, DeBergston at first, 1 out. And the pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss, he got him. Just a nasty slider right there by the pitcher, Freebird. Another strikeout, second this inning, 5th of the game. And with 2 outs and 2 on, that leaves it up to Rylan Richardson. Rylan singled, infield single back in the first inning. Hit one in the hole, left side, shortstop, backhanded stop, throw across, not in time. And the pitch, breaking ball missed. Here's where Bachman has to get a really good secondary lead out there at second base. You're running on any kind of contact. You need to get a run in here. Richardson in the batter's box awaiting, and Freebird pitching. Just want to pop up behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gonzalez Santos on deck. Storm Lake batting in the bottom of the 3rd inning and trailing 4-0. Bachman at second, DeBergston at first, and the pitch. He checked his swing. That slider late outside. 2-1. Broke plates. And Richardson, the junior center fielder, back in the batter's box. Freeberg delivers outside. 3-1. Now you have your best hitter on deck. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield shallow in center and right. Mason Freeberg, the pitcher, now delivers. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full. Runners will be on the move. 4-0 for Dodge. 2 outs, 2 on. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Richardson at the plate. And here comes the Freeberg pitch. Swing and a foul. This ball hit left center field on a source center fielder. Kingery runs it down in the left center field gap. Ryland hit it pretty well, but Ryland Kingery got a good jump on it, and a fly ball to center field ends the Storm Lake third. No runs, 1 hit, there were no errors, and 2 left on base. We have played 3 innings. It is Fort Dodge 4, Storm Lake 0. More baseball in a moment on 92.9 The Moose. Right now, Fort Dodge with the decisive 4-0 lead. As we head into the top of the fourth, Cal Peterson leading off, followed by Bo Marsh and Ryland Kingery. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. 8-9-1 in the batting order for the Dodgers, who have plated 4 runs on 6 hits. 1 strike pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Peterson struck out in the second. That's the inning. Charlie struck out the side in order. Ahead 0-2. And the pitch. That one rolled. So far, RBIs in the game. Jackson Dinklaw, an RBI single in the first inning. That's Charlie's 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. RBI double for Royce Peterson in that third, and an RBI single for Reggie Peterson. Another run scoring on an error by the Tornado defense. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss to Burston. Strikes out Cal Peterson to start the fourth inning. 1 away, base is empty. Here comes the number 9 hitter in this Dodgers batting order. His name is Bo Marsh. He's the catcher. Struck out on 4 pitches in the second. And Bergston delivering. There's bunt. Ended up being a foul ball. Came in, fastball did, high and tight to the right-handed batter, Bo Marsh. Last score report on Storm Lake softball. Tornadoes led 3-0 after 3 innings. And the pitch. That slider missed outside. Actually 3-0 after 2. Maddie Raveling, a 3-run homer in the first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Bull Marsh. And the pitch. Down and away. Storm Lake St. Mary's softball won their first game in the doubleheader at Coon Rapids Baird. 13-3 in 6 innings, their 10th win of the year. 2-1 pitch. This one fouled out of play right side. What a couple of nights. St. Mary's softball had 2 games last night. Now they have a doubleheader tonight. Coach Peter Leo, those Panthers playing some ball. DeBergston, 2 ball, 2 strike count with 1 out and the base is empty. And here comes the pitch. Fastball inside. Killer cold strike 3. DeBergston now with 7 strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 4th, and it brings up Ryland Kingery, who is 0 for 2. And that's saying something because this kid's on base percentage is .581.
All right, Ryland, come on.
And DeBergston into the windup now, his first pitch. Ooh, look out, head high fastball inside. 0-1. Kingery fly ball to right and a ground ball to third. The 2, 3, 4 hitters tonight for Fort Dodge have done all the damage. As the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, check swing, pass to Bergston. Fielded by Phelps at second base, and the throw is in time. That nailed glanced off the Bergston's glove. I'm going to say a 1-4-3 put out. The inning retired in order. The Dodgers go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits. We head for the bottom of the 4th inning. Fort Dodge 4, Storm Lake 0. More baseball is on the way on 92.9 The Moose. I'll take it.
Go, David.
David Gonzalez Santos, first pitch swinging, hits one down into the left field corner, rounding first base, and the Tornado catcher has a stand-up double. Nice hit right there into the left field corner for Gonzalez Santos. That's his 4th double of the year. 3rd hit of the game for the Storm Lake Tornadoes. And that'll bring up Cale Phelps. 4-0 score, Fort Dodge. Storm Lake batting in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've had a pair of infield singles. And now, solid double by Gonzalez Santos. Phelps struck out on 3 pitches to start the 2nd inning. And Freevert with this pitch, swing and a miss at that slider. I've got Cale in his first at-bat a couple times. Really good pitch. Freebird throws it well. Outfield shallow, straight away. And the 1-strike pitch, breaking ball, missed inside. Peyton Phillips on deck. Storm Lake batting in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dodgers 4 runs, 6 hits. Storm Lake no runs, 3 hits. Pitch. It's up in the zone. 2-1 now to Cale Phelps. Phelps, the Tornadoes' second baseman, had an assist in the final out of that fourth inning. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. So now 2-2. Phelps, a freshman. There's number 9 and looking for a base knock right here is the pitch on the way. A good block by the catcher, Cole Marsh. Breaking ball way outside, down in the dirt. One hop, the catcher. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count now to Cale Phelps. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth inning, and Gonzalez Santos down at second base. Phelps crowds the plate. And Mason Freebert, who has struck out 5 in the game, delivers this pitch, and it's missed. Ball 4, his second walk given up. And the Tornadoes' first 2 batters aboard here in the bottom of the fourth for Peyton Phillips. Phillips hit the first pitch that he saw back to Freebert for an easy 1-3 play. He's 0 for 1. Brock Edwards follows. 4-0 Fort Dodge, bottom of the fourth inning. Storm Lake runners at first and second, and nobody out. Phillips, a right-handed hitting senior, looks at the first pitch way outside for ball 1. Mason Freebert threw 3 innings, 48 pitches. I'm sure at least 36 have been that slider. We get time called by the home plate umpire. We're getting conference on the mound now for Fort Dodge. So we'll have a little break in the action, which gives me an opportunity to recap a couple softball scores. Storm Lake St. Mary's beat Coon Rapids Baird 13-3 in game 1 of that doubleheader. The second game got underway at 8 o'clock. It's scoreless in the bottom of the first. Storm Lake softball leading MOC Floyd Valley 3-0 after 2 innings. Maddie Raveling with a 3-run homer in the first. Fort Dodge visit to the mound. First and second, nobody out here for the Storm Lake Tornadoes, batting in the bottom of the fourth inning. The long conference finally broken up. Discussion has been taken care of here, and now with an opportunity to maybe get this Storm Lake baseball team on the board is Peyton Phillips. Down at second, Gonzalez Santos, his lead. Phelps not held on at first base. First baseman Royce Peterson shields his eyes from the sun. And the pitcher Freebert sets on the mound, and the right-hander lets it fly. Peyton Phillips tried to bunt it, missed it, strike 1. So a count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Will he try again? Third baseman Jackson Dinklaw, even with the bag. The pitch showing bunt, and he pops it up behind home plate. Unable to put it down on the first 2 attempts. Behind in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Storm Lake hits tonight. Richardson infield single in the first. DeVerkston infield single in the third. And Gonzalez Santos led off this inning with a double. Breaking ball missed low, and the count 2-2 now to Phillips, with Brock Edwards due up next. Freebert, a quick worker. Don't see him take too much time there on the mound as he sets, looks at the runner at second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Phillips on that slider. Breaking away from the right-handed hitter. Strikeout number 6. Brings up Brock Edwards now with 1 out and 2 runners on base. Tornadoes trailing 4-0. Edwards struck out swinging in the second. And the pitch. There's a line shot. Almost took off Freebert's head. Holding up at third base, Gonzalez Santos, and Storm Lake has loaded the bases here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Oh, that was a smash off the bat of Brock Edwards. So Gonzalez Santos at third, Phelps at second, Edwards at first. Hit number 4 for the Storm Lake Tornadoes, and Azael Garcia, the DH, struck out leading off the third inning. Infield back And the pitch. That's in there. Fastball down the middle for a called strike. We have an update. Storm Lake softball now leads 9-4 at the end of 3 innings over MOC. 1 strike pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Maybe foul tip. And that one hurt Bo Marsh behind the plate. And we're going to get a little bit of extra time right here from Marsh because that one is in a spot where it hurts the most. And he is trying to catch his breath right now on all 4s near home plate. Meanwhile, Azael Garcia has fallen behind 0-2. Storm Lake has loaded the bases thanks to Gonzalez Santos with a leadoff double. Phelps would walk. Phillips struck out, but then Brock Edwards hit the first pitch that he saw, lined it back through the middle for a solid single. So the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fort Dodge leading 4-0. And we're allowing some extra time for the catcher, Bo Marsh, to catch his breath. There have been no defensive changes for the Dodgers. True McBride in left, Ryland Kingery in center, Colton Schultz in right, Jackson Dinklaw at third, Reggie Peterson at short, Cal Peterson at second, Royce Peterson at first, Bo Marsh the catcher, still trying to get back to normal, and Mason Freevert, the sophomore pitcher who has thrown 5 innings all year, has pitched well. But he's in a jam right now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Azael Garcia behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And we'll continue to try and let Bo Marsh feel a little bit better. We'll take a little break right now and be back with the next pitch of this game. 4-0 Fort Dodge. You're listening to high school baseball on 92.9 The Moose.
That's a direct hit.
I think they just won here. Is he going to decide to put the cup in now, or
No idea.
you play one more?
That's a direct hit. Hey Chris, how's that Beaver football going to be this fall?
Well, I'm hoping for improvement.
Yeah.
We know how we struggle. We got a quarterback from Texas that's supposed to be pretty good because we've struggled in that position for several years now. O-line hasn't been great, so we're hoping that gets better. And we need help on the defense. Line of scrimmage, we just get.
I'm guessing men's basketball is pretty solid again.
Well, we graduated 2 1,000-point
Oh,
scorers.
yeah, there you go.
And we got Jeff Warner as a new coach.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. That's great news.
Yeah. Hopefully you can bring some talent in.
There you go. There you go.
All right, go ahead and go one more here. One more. You can play one more. All right, I can take it. Well, Bull Marsh, before we went to break, went to the dugout. He has just now returned. I'm guessing, I don't know, but maybe he has added some equipment. Or we just might have a new catcher.
This is 41.
We have a new catcher. That's Bull Marsh has left the game, so a new catcher out there for the Fort Dodge Dodgers, and that is Caden Frere. So Caden Frere is now in at catcher. Meanwhile, Mason Freebert has had to wait a long time. We'll get some warm-up pitches right here, and the situation is this. Storm Lake trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, but the bases are loaded with one out. Azael Garcia at the plate, no ball, 2-strike count. On deck hitter Bobby Bachman. So Frere, the catcher, is getting warmed up right now. As Freebert doing the same thing, getting that arm loose. It was a solid 5 to 10 minute break right there due to the injury to Bull Marsh. All right, we're ready to resume play here at the Storm Lake and Buena Vista University baseball field. See if Azael Garcia can find that baseball here. He has been fooled by Mason Freebert often in his 2 trips. Behind 0-2. At third base, Gonzalez Santos. Phelps at second, Edwards at first. And Mason Freebert, the right-hander, delivers. This one a slow roller foul, first base side. Another curveball, he just was able to get a little bit of the bat on the ball. And the count remains 0-2 now to the right-handed designated hitter, Azael Garcia. Runners getting their leads. Infield is back. And Freebert sets. And the right-hander's pitch. This one a sky-high pop-up on the infield. The pitcher, Freebert, calling for it, makes the catch, and that's the second out. And that will leave it up to the Storm Lake left fielder, Bobby Bachman. With the bases loaded and now 2 outs, and the Tornadoes trailing 4-0, Bachman steps in. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher, Brennan Anderson, now running at third base for Gonzalez Santos. So Anderson is aboard at third, Phelps at second, Edwards at first, Bachman at the plate. Bobby walked on 4 pitches in the third. And Mason Freebert, the right-hander, sets. And the pitch. Fastball hit right back up the middle, and this one will be fielded by the shortstop. Dives for the bag and made the play. So Bachman retired on 1 pitch. Hit a bouncing ball up the middle. Shortstop Reggie Peterson ranging over to his left. Fielded it behind the bag and then dove to second base to force out Brock Edwards and made the play unassisted. Storm Lake have the bases loaded and 1 out, failing to score. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. At the end of 4, Fort Dodge 4, Storm Lake 0. This is Tornado Baseball on 92.9 The Moose. I'll take it after this. Colton Schultz leads off the top half of the 5th inning. Watches a pitch that misses. Ball 1. Royce Peterson, Jackson Dinklaw follow. 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. DeBergston in 4 innings has given up 4 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. He has struck out 7 and has walked 1. 68 pitches. There's a strike call. Colton Schultz, 1 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. The 2-3-4 hitters for Fort Dodge have done a lot of damage. Swinging a foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes between Schultz, Royce Peterson, and Dinklaw. Those 4 batters have combined to go 5 for 5 with a walk and 4 runs scored. Charlie now, the 2-2. Fastball cut on and fouled straight back and out of play again. Dodgers plated a run in the 1st and then scored 3 runs on 4 hits in the 3rd. Storm Lake has granted 6 base runners in the game so far. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch. Ground ball left side. Edwards fields it on the second hop on a wild throw over to Bryson Harder. Could have set himself and threw off his back foot, threw high, and an error on the Storm Lake third baseman. That brings up Royce Peterson. Leadoff batter aboard. Peterson 2 for 2, a pair of doubles, an RBI, and a run scored. He hit one over the head of Rylan Richardson in the 1st and then doubled to the left center field gap in the 3rd. And DeBergston, oh, baseball got loose. They have some activity in the bullpen here for Fort Dodge. Mason Freebert has thrown the first 4 innings. Update on Storm Lake St. Mary's softball. Panthers trail Coon Rapids Baird 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning. DeBergston now with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Man, what a rip there by Royce Peterson. Swinging for the fences and then some. His RBI last inning was his 47th here in the 34th game of the year. DeBergston's pitch. There goes the runner. It's a called strike. Throw by Gonzalez Santos. Tag. Santos goes out. Colton Schultz 2-6 on the putout. And Schultz gunned out, attempting the steal. Only the 3rd time he's been thrown out this year. Now 20 for 23, and there's a discussion with the base path umpire right now with coach of Fort Dodge. Dodgers head coach is Blake Utley, questioning that call at second base, as was Colton Schultz. But there's 1 out, bases are now empty, and a no ball, 2 strike count to Royce Peterson. He will climb back in the batter's box. We're in the top of the 5th. Fort Dodge in front 4-0. Outfield shaded toward left center is Richardson. Swing and a miss, and Charlie strikes him out. 2 outs in the inning, bases empty. DeBergston strikeout number 8. Everett, what are we reaching so far? Top speed for Charlie?
88.
88's the top so far tonight. Charlie earlier this year hit 90.6. Jackson Dinklaw at the plate. Left-handed hitters 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Swings and hits one to the left center field gap. Richardson on his horse. Rylan is diving, and he drops the ball in left center field. Bachman will pick it up, fire it into second base. And that will be a great effort by Rylan Richardson. Full speed run, diving effort off his glove. It goes as a 2-out double in my book. Jackson Dinklaw is 3 for 3. Hit number 7 for Fort Dodge. Valiant effort by the Storm Lake Tornado center fielder Rylan Richardson. And that pickoff at second base, even bigger. 4-0 Fort Dodge. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the 5th. True McBride at the plate. And Charlie will set and deliver. Fastball down and in. McBride is 0 for 2, has struck out twice. Dodgers now 4 runs on 7 hits. And Gonzalez Santos and DeBergston will now have a little conference out on the mound. We'll mix up there. Let's talk things over, get on the same page. Tornado baseball team has a makeup game tomorrow night in Holstein. They'll take on Ridgeview. JV 5:30, varsity follows. And I will have the play-by-play of that varsity game tomorrow night right here on 92.9 The Moose. Down at second base, Dinklaw. True McBride at the plate. Count is 1-0. And DeBergston will set. And Charlie delivers. Breaking ball inside, 2-0. Now the green and white. Need an out here. Keep this thing within reach. We have the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 4th and failed to score. Foul ball out of play, first base side. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. McBride back in the batter's box, top of the 5th inning, 2 outs, runner at second, 4-0 Fort Dodge. Update on the Storm Lake softball after this next pitch. As Charlie delivers, fastball hit right field and hit well. Peyton Phillips on the run. He is not going to get this one. Scoring is Dinklaw, 5-0. Holding up at second base, True McBride with an RBI double. And the Dodgers have taken a 5-0 lead. McBride's 24th run batted in and his 6th two-bagger of the season. So 6 runs on 8 hits. Now for Fort Dodge off the Tornado ace, Charlie DeBergston. And Reggie Peterson will step in. Two outs, runner at second, and a pitch. Breaking ball missed away. So back-to-back doubles here in the top half of the 5th inning. Fort Dodge has 4 doubles in this game. And DeBergston sets, and here's the pitch. That breaking ball inside corner is a called strike. Reggie Peterson with an RBI single in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2. And DeBergston sets, checks the runner. 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit left side and through the hole. Bobby Bachman is charging. Rounding third, McBride. The throw goes all the way through, not in time, and that allows the runner to take second base. Got to hit the cutoff. And it is now 6-0 in favor of the Dodgers.
Well.
RBI single for Reggie Peterson. And Will McElroy will bat. So 6-0 Fort Dodge. 1 run they scored in the first, 3 in the 3rd, and now 2 here in the 5th. And the DeBergston pitch, swing and a miss, a slider. McElroy is 0 for 2. The 7, 8, 9, and leadoff batter in this batting order for the Dodgers, a combined 0 for 9. But the other 5 have been doing some serious hitting. Fastballs inside, counts even, 1-1. 1 run on 2 hits in the first, 3 runs on 4 hits in the 3rd, and now 2 runs on 3 straight hits here in the 5th. 6 runs on 9 hits. 2 outs, runner at second, 2-0 pitch. That one backhanded, knocked down by Gonzalez Santos, but taking third is Reggie Peterson on a wild pitch. 2-ball, 1-strike count now to Will McElroy. There's a 3-0. 3-ball, no strike count. DeBergston from the windup. And the pitch on the way. Now it's 3-1. That was right, 2-1, missed that one. Cal Peterson on deck. Runner at third, 2 outs in the inning. And the 3-1 pitch, fastball, fouled straight back. Boy, McElroy timed it well right there. You just see Charlie gear up and want to throw one by him. 3-ball, 2-strike count, 2 outs. 2 more runs in here in the 5th inning. And McElroy at the plate. And DeBergston's pitch, slider fouled out of play right side. Charlie retired the side in order in the 2nd and again in the 4th. Will McElroy battling here with a 3-2 count, 2 outs and a runner at third, and the pitch. Breaking ball hit at Edwards, fields it on the 2nd hop. Long throw across one hopper. Carter, they called him out at first base. I thought they called him safe, but he was out. 5-3 put out ends the inning. And 4-4 Dodge in the 5th. They played 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 Storm Lake error and 1 left on base. We head for the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score is Fort Dodge 6, Storm Lake 0. More baseball coming up on 92.9 The Moose.
Did you know that he's
What's that?
you know he's Tammy's brother?
Yeah, I heard you say that before. I wouldn't have known that though. What's that? About 9. 9 and then BD. Yep. Yeah. I'll take it after this. Charlie DeBergston leading off the home half of the 5th. Watched the first pitch for a ball. Fouled off the 2nd. Swung and missed in a slider to count 1-2, and Mason Freebert. Slider in the dirt. Freebert threw 4 innings, no runs allowed on 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. 2-2 count and pitch. Slider swing and a miss. Brings up DeBergston for his 7th strikeout. Another nasty slider, boy. He has been pitching well. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Trey Betcher will get a chance now with the bases empty. 6 runs, 9 hits, 4-4 Dodge. No runs on 4 hits for the Tornadoes. Betcher tonight 0 for 2. Here's a late swing and a pop-up. This will get out of play first base side. And the count 1 strike now to Trey Betcher. Fly ball to right in the 1st and a strikeout in the 3rd. Tornado hits tonight belong to Richardson in the 1st, DeBergston in the 3rd, Gonzalez Santos and Edwards in the 4th inning. Pitch missed away. Storm Lake had the bases loaded and 1 out in the 4th inning. Failed to score as Freebert, the right-hander, with a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch on the way. Breaking ball, called strike 2. one caught the outside corner. And Betcher right back in the batter's box, ready to get after it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a slider that started at the batter. Betcher broke over the inside corner. Trey took a swipe at it, missed it, and back-to-back strikeouts to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. And that'll leave it up to Rylan Richardson. Fort Dodge in front, 6-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Richardson single in the first, fly ball to center in the third. Swing and a miss and a nasty slider again. Boy, Tornadoes can't figure out that pitch, and give Mason Freebert the credit. He has been throwing it inside, outside, all the time for strikes, getting a lot of swings and misses. That one just missed the zone and the count even. David Gonzalez Santos on deck. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Freebert has had 1-2-3 inning. That came in the second. And the right-hander moves into the windup now. His 1-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Richardson and strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. At the end of 5 innings, Fort Dodge 6, Storm Lake 0. This is Tornado Baseball on 92.9 The Moose.
I wasn't trying to feel like this. I wasn't trying to feel nothing at all. I just came to meet my friends. Try to drink along the call. Didn't want to stay too late. I wasn't trying to close it down. I was doing my own thing. Yeah, until you sat down. Can't you buzz? Can't you game? Can't you beat the boys the same old thing? Can't you get back to my place? Then I saw your face. Now you get me trying. Can't you run? Can't you name? Can't you spark and start a flame? The way you smile and I can't help myself. Girl, you get me trying to catch my breath. You get me trying to catch my breath. You got me doing what it takes. Waiting as you pull my plate. Only way to hold this ring. Now I'm trying to hold your hand. Can't you buzz? Can't you game? Can't you greet the boys the same old thing? Can't you care back to my place? Then I saw your face. Now you get me trying. Can't you run? Can't you name?
Storm Lake softball team now leading MOC Floyd Valley 10-6 after 5 innings. We are in the top of the 6th here in the baseball game. Fort Dodge in front 6-0. 8-9-1 in the batting order. Cal Peterson leading off. Looks at a slider in there for a called strike. On deck hitter is the catcher, Caden Frere. Replaced Bo Marsh last inning. Pitch in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's an outside corner called strike 2. Dodgers scored 1 in the first, 3 in the third, and 2 in the 5th. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Cal Peterson in the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with the heat. Peterson strikes out for the 3rd time in the ball game, and for Charlie DeBergston, that is strikeout number 9. And by the way, his counterpart, Mason Freebert, has struck out 9. 1 out, base is empty. Here comes Caden Frere to the plate. Right-handed hitter, fastball's up in the zone. On deck, you have Rylan Kingring. Fort Dodge baseball team again. Fastball outside corner for a called strike. A season record of 22-11. Man, they play some good competition too in their conference. Here's the pitch. That one inside, 2-1. Big sticks tonight for the Dodgers. Jackson Dinklaw, 3 for 3, 2 runs scored with an RBI. Swing and a miss by Critter, and the count even. Royce Peterson, 2 for 2, pair of doubles, a run batted in. Reggie Peterson, 2 for 2, 2 runs batted in. 2 ball, 2 strike count, the pitch. Oh, ring a ball, fastball at the knees, outside corner. And strikeout number 10 for the senior pitcher, Charlie DeBergston, and it brings up Rylan Kingery. 6-0, Fort Dodge, batting in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs and the base is empty. And Kingery 0 for 3, the pitch. Slider in there for a cold strike. I bet that hasn't happened often when this kid hasn't been on base in a game. On base percentage, .581. 0-1 pitch, fastball fouled out of play, first base side. 0-2. Here's where Charlie needs to get this third out. He's had 1, 2, 3 innings in the even numbered innings. Will it happen in the 6th? The 0-2 pitch, fastball too high. Good discipline by Kingery not to take a rip at that one. And the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Everett, what was that one clocked at?
87.
87. And the slider misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everett Grover up here in the press box with me. 8th grader on the varsity baseball team. He's with the speed gun, the jugs up here. Got Pops and Mom back home listening, Heather and Corey. Shout out to them, soaking up the night, listening to 92.9. Fastball up in the zone and a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty, top half of the 6th. Also cheering going on at that softball field. Well, could be kids just playing on the tennis courts too. Don't lose them. 3-2 pitch. Slider drilled to the left field base hit. Lockman fielding it back into the infield, and a 2-out single for Rylan Kingery, and that is hit number 10 in the ball game for the Fort Dodge Dodgers, and it brings Michael Knapp to the mound. That might be the night for the senior right-hander Charlie DeBergston. And Coach Knapp will take the baseball. Let's see who he brings in to pitch. It'll be Rylan Richardson. Rylan Richardson will come in to pitch. Caleb Phelps is going to move out to center field, and DeBergston will go out to second base. I believe those will be the defensive changes. I'll double check as we take a break. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. 2 outs, runner at first. Fort Dodge leading 6-0. More baseball in a moment on 92.9 The Moose. Take at least a 90. Rylan Richardson pitching now for the Storm Lake baseball team. On the year, the junior with a win-loss record of 1-1, an earned run average of 4.42, 12 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 12, has walked 3. He inherits a base runner at first base. That's Kingery, and Colton Schultz, left-handed hitter at the plate. 6-0 for Dodge. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. And a pitch. Swinging a fly ball center field. Kill Phelps coming in. Phelps fields it on one hop. Rounding second base. Kingery is going to be, I'll throw to first. Kingery into third base. And a base hit for Colton Schultz. And runners at first and third. And 2 outs here for Dodge. Batting in the top of the 6th inning. Brings up Royce Peterson. He was 2 for 3, pair of doubles, run batted in, and a run scored. DeBergston still responsible for Kingery at third. As Richardson sets, and the pitch, that one off the glove of Gonzalez Santos. Another run is in, 7-0 for Dodge. It'll be a wild pitch. So DeBergston's line is now complete. 7-0 for Dodge. Charlie giving up 7 runs. 6 of those were earned on 10 hits. He struck out 10 and walked 1 in 5 2/3. So Schultz at second. 1 ball, no strike count to Royce Peterson. 7-0 for Dodge. And the pitch. That one bounces. Good stop by Gonzalez Santos, and it's 2-0. Runner at second base is Schultz. And Richardson now with the 2-0. Knocked down by Gonzalez Santos, 3-0. Well, first pitch that Richardson threw, a solid base hit. And a 3-ball, no strike count to Royce Peterson. Jackson Dinklaw on deck. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 gets away from Gonzalez Santos. Taking third on the wild pitch is Schultz. First and third now for Dodge, and Michael Knapp coming out to the mound now to visit with Rylan Richardson. Dinklaw tonight 3 for 3 with a run batted in and 2 runs scored. Coach Knapp will discuss the situation with his infield. Bryson Harder at first base, Charlie DeBergston now at second, Trey Betcher at short, Brock Edwards at third, Gonzalez Santos the catcher. In the outfield you have Bachman, Phelps, Phillips from left to right. 7-0 score for Dodge on top. 7 runs on 10 hits. And Richardson, the 2 batters he's faced, has given up a single and now a 4-pitch walk, and left-handed hitter Jackson Dinklaw at the plate. Rylan sets, and the pitch. This one fouled at home plate. Drew McBride on deck. Storm Lake through 5 innings have stranded 6 base runners. Tornadoes being out hit in the game, 10-4. 0-1 the count. And the pitch, there goes the runner. Pitch is in there for a strike throw, cut off by DeBergston, the second baseman. In there safely is Royce Peterson with the stolen base, but the count now 0-2 for the cleanup hitter Jackson Dinklaw. 2 on, 2 outs, 7-0 for Dodge. That's Rylan Richardson. Time called by the batter. Rylan taking his time out there, big spot. And the right-hander sets. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, slow roller right side. DeBergston charging, fielding, throw to Harder. In time, Harder's for Dodge no plates, 1 more run on 2 hits, no errors and there were 2 left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings, the score now Fort Dodge 7, Storm Lake 0. This is Tornado Baseball on 92.9 The Moose. That sounds good, Nate. I'll take it. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. It is a 7-0 lead for Fort Dodge. Tornadoes David Gonzalez Santos swings and misses at the Mason Freebird slider. Gonzalez Santos doubled leading off the 4th, and here he is leading off the 6th. And the 1-strike pitch, swing and a miss again. Cale Phelps, Peyton Phillips, due up here in the 6th inning. Storm Lake softball team now leading MOC Floyd Valley 12-6 after 6. The 0-2, sky high pop up. Is there room? Giving chase, third baseman Dinklaw in front of the Tornado dugout makes the catch. It's a good play by the third baseman. That ball was a moonshot, foul territory, and David Gonzalez Santos retired. 1 away here in the home half of the 6th inning, and Cale Phelps 0 for 1 with a walk will step up to the plate. Dodgers 1 run in the 1st, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Phelps awaits, sliders in there for a called strike 1. Well, he'll throw it at the batter and it breaks over the middle. He'll throw it down the middle and it breaks away. Just really good control by Mason Freebird. There's a slider in there for a called strike 2. He has struck out 9, has walked 2, and has retired 6 in a row. There's a ground ball left side. Backhanded pickup by Reggie Peterson. A wild throw to first base. I think Phelpsy would have beat that out. It's going to go as a base hit in my book. Hit number 5 for the Storm Lake Tornadoes. 1 out base runner brings up Peyton Phillips, who's 0 for 2. Grounded back to the pitcher in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. Mason Freebird, strong outing. Coming into tonight, only 5 innings pitched. And here he is. He's gone 5 1/3. He has pitched well. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, now 5 hits given up. Really, the only big jam was in the 4th inning. And the pitch outside. Storm Lake loaded the bases with 1 out in the 4th. Azael Garcia would pop up. And then Bobby Bachman hit a ground ball up the middle. And Reggie Peterson, the shortstop, fielded and stepped on the bag. Actually dove to the bag with the ball in his glove hand. Pitch a called strike to Peyton Phillips, and the count's even at 1-1. Phelps not much of a lead at first base. A 7-0 Fort Dodge lead. Here's the pitch. Slider is fouled back, and the count 1-2. Brock Edwards on deck. 5 different Tornadoes with a hit in this game. Eight different Tornadoes have struck out in this game. And the pitch, down and away. The only Tornado batter that hasn't is Bachman in the number 9 spot. He walked and hit into a fielder's choice. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Phillips. And the pitch. Down low, good stop by the catcher, Caden Frere. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Phelps at first base here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Oh, you Mason, come
In
on.
a shallow center field is Ryland Kingery. Same thing in right with Colton Schultz. Swinging a ground ball. 2 hopper toward third base. Jackson Dinklaw up with it to throw across in time for out number 2. On the ground ball out, Phelps takes second base. He's there now with 2 outs, and it brings up Brock Edwards. Edwards nearly took a big piece of Mason Freebert when he lined one right back up the middle, right over the pitcher's left shoulder. It was a rocket shot. And at the time, that's when Storm Lake loaded the bases. So Brock 1 for 2, seeing Freebert for the 3rd time in the game. 2 outs, Phelps at second base. 7-0 Fort Dodge leading here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Mason Freebert sets. And the right-handers pitch on the way. This one a little pop-up, and I don't think anyone's going to get to that. Hit the net anyway. Strike 1. Storm Lake softball team leading MOC Floyd Valley 12-6 going into the 7th inning. 1 report so far for St. Mary's in game 2 of their doubleheader at Coon Rapids Baird. They were down 1-0 in the 2nd. Now the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball off the end of the bat, foul toward the first base dugout, 0-2. And the Storm Lake baseball team, again, a makeup game tomorrow for the Tornadoes at Ridgeview. The game will be broadcast here on 92.9 The Moose. No ball, 2 strike count to Brock Edwards. Phelps at second. Freebird sets. And the right-handers pitch. This one another ground ball foul. Tonight's game broadcast on 92.9 KKIA, Storm Lake, Shaler, Idic Roll. We're on the World Wide Web at stormlakeradio.com and from the Storm Lake and Buena Vista University baseball field in Storm Lake, Iowa. Chris Bachman, the play-by-play. Dodgers lead 7-0. There's another foul ball out of play off the bat of Edwards. Count rides along at 0-2.
Down here, Mace, come on.
Azael Garcia due up next. Phelps, a 1-out single, took second on the ground ball off the bat of Phillips. And the 0-2, there goes Phelps. He pitches outside, and third baseman was playing way back. Heads up base running by Cale Phelps, who just stole third base. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to Brock Edwards. Tornadoes trying to get on the scoreboard here, and the pitch. Fly ball, maybe just a pop-up on the infield. Short right field. Second baseman Cal Peterson makes the catch, and the inning is over. For the Tornadoes in the 6th inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head for the 7th inning. It is Fort Dodge 7, Storm Lake 0. Tornado baseball returns in a moment on 92.9 The Moose. Everett, text your dad and see if he was listening.
I texted my mom and she missed it, so
And?
she missed it. See my
Tell her
dad.
I said great things about her.
Yeah.
True McBride leading off the top of the 7th inning, followed by Reggie Peterson and Will McElroy. 7-0 Fort Dodge. The Dodgers 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They have stranded 6. Storm Lake no runs on 5 hits, and the Tornadoes have stranded 7. First pitch from Rylan Richardson, misses, ball 1. DeBergston started and went the first 5 2/3. Gave up all 7 runs, 6 were earned. It's Richardson's pitch. That one misses, 2-0. So far on the night, True McBride 1 for 3. Doubled in his last at-bat, driving in a run, and would also score. It's Rylan Richardson's 2-0 pitch, inside 3-0. Richardson faced 3 batters in the 6th inning, gave up a single, a walk, and then would get a ground ball out. And now his 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Storm Lake remaining schedule, I mentioned Ridgeview tomorrow, which you can hear on 92.9 The Moose. Next Monday, we host MOC Floyd Valley. Swinging a ground ball foul at home plate. And of course, MOC Floyd Valley could be a potential sub-state semifinal matchup. And 1 week from tonight, the Tornadoes play at Humboldt in their regular season finale. As Richardson, 3-2 pitch, ground ball, Brock Edwards backs up, fields on the second hop, quick 1 hop throw to Harder, 2 hop throw, and they call him out. Wow. Yeah, I think we got one there, guys. That was a 2 hop throw across the diamond. 7-0 score. True McBride thrown out, brings up Reggie Peterson, who was 2 for 3, 2 runs batted in. Hey, check out all the highlights tonight on KTIV Channel 4. Give them a little plug right there, making a trip to Storm Lake, covering not only our baseball game, but the softball team's win. That was a good matchup, good win for Storm Lake in that softball game, beating a very good MOC Floyd Valley team.
Hayden Porter.
We have a pinch hitter, and it's Caden Porter.
Hayden Porter, yeah.
Thank you. So pinch hitting right now is Hayden Porter, batting for Reggie Peterson. And Richardson has missed the first 2. Now, here's a nice job by Coach Utley. You give Hayden Porter maybe a chance to get a base hit. Maybe we'll see a pinch hitter next. We'll wait and see. Swing and a miss. On deck circle, I see the DH Will McElroy yet. 1 out, base is empty, top of the 7th inning, 7-0 for Dodge. 2-1 pitch. In there for a call, strike 2. So Hayden Porter batting now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Richardson ready. And the pitch. That one down low. What'd you have on that one, Everett?
73.
73. 3-ball, 2-strike count. Bases are empty. We're in the top of the 7th. Ball game is 1 and now 2 hours old. Pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball left side. Edwards waits for the second hop. Fields fires high. Takes Harder off the bag. Throwing error by third baseman Brock Edwards. 3rd error committed by the Tornadoes. Brock's 2nd. Both on throws. Set your feet there. He's got a great arm at third base, but a 1-out base runner now for Fort Dodge, and Tornado coach Michael Knapp is going to make a mound visit right now and discuss something, and he's taking the ball from Rylan Richardson, and he's going to bring in Cale Phelps to pitch, I believe. We'll wait and see here. Could be Bryson Harder. Bryson is going to get a new glove, or yeah, Azael Garcia. That's who's coming in the pitch, is Azael Garcia. So Harder is now out of the game. Charlie DeVergston will move to third base. Trey Betcher stays at short. Cale Phelps back at second. Brock Edwards moves over to first. And the outfield, Bachman in left, Richardson in center, Peyton Phillips in right. Azael Garcia, third pitcher of the ball game for the Tornadoes, breaking the action. Top half of the 7th inning. 1 out. And Azael Garcia getting his warm-ups. Fort Dodge leading 7-0. More baseball is coming up in a moment on 92.9 The Moose.
Who's the second base?
Back at second is Cale Phelps.
And who's in right field?
Right field is still Peyton Phillips.
Softball final was 12-6.
Yes.
Okay, appreciate it.
You bet.
So it's Beckman, Richardson, and Phelps in the outfield?
And yes, that is correct.
Okay.
They played Sunday night,
So,
I'll take it after this.
well, I've been to a couple games this year where they pulled that. Maybe I was on that last.
could be, I was the
Freshman Azael Garcia on the mound, pitching now for Storm Lake. He is 0-1 on the year. This is his second pitching appearance. He started the game against Spencer last Thursday, took the loss. He pitched 4 1/3 innings. He struck out 3. He walked 4, however. And he also hit a batter. And chalked up an ERA of 9.69 in those 4 1/3. So with a runner at first base and 1 out here in the top half of the 7th inning, Azael Garcia pitching now for the Tornadoes, facing Cal Peterson in a first pitch swing and a miss. Check that, Will McElroy. McElroy, the DH tonight, is 0 for 3, strikeout and a couple of ground ball outs to third. 1 strike to count. At first base is Porter. And Garcia's pitch way outside. Dodgers, 1 run in the first, 3 in the third, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. Batting here in the top half of the 7th inning, leading 7-0. 1 on, 1 out. And Azael Garcia, the left-hander, delivers this pitch, swing and miss, peeling away from the right-handed hitter McElroy, and Iggy ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield straight away, Richardson pitched 2/3 of an inning. He's responsible for the base runner at first. As the pitch. There's a fly ball that should curve foul, and warming up in the bullpen. Young man with the helmet on, protecting the catcher and pitcher down there, made the catch on that little lazy fly ball, foul territory, first baseline. Count remains 1-2. 1 out, runner at first. And Garcia sets. And his pitch. Missed it away, 2-2. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Top of the 7th inning, 7-0 for Dodge. And Garcia set himself and deliver the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got it. Pitch tailing away, McElroy strikes out for the 3rd time in the game. And there's now 2
Braden
outs
Reimers.
here in the 7th, and we have another pinch hitter.
Braden Reimers.
Braden Reimers is now in to hit for Cal Peterson. So the second pinch hitter here in the inning. Braden Reimers at the dish, 2 outs, runner at first base, right-handed hitter. And the pitch misses away for ball 1. Looking ahead to the Tornado home half of the 7th inning, it will be 8-9-1 in the batting order. It's a 1 ball, no strike count. And Garcia delivers. That one's in there for a total strike. Richardson, 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, walked 1 batter. Responsible for the guy on first base, that's Porter. And the 1-1 pitch, down and in. Good stop by Gonzalez Santos. Count moves to 2-1. So Iggy, 3rd pitcher of the night for the green and white. Left-handed throwing freshman sets on the hill. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. Trey Betcher waits for it, fields it, and he's going to throw across to Brock Edwards in time. 6-3 putout. Inning is over. 4 times in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. We head for the bottom of the 7th inning. 7-0 Fort Dodge. More baseball coming up on 92.9 The Moose. Cal Peterson, any other changes you see?
Yeah, I don't know who's the second base. Can't tell me.
Okay, that's okay. I'll take it after this. Well, we have a new pitcher for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Cal Peterson is in the pitch. He has a season record of 2-1. ERA 4.50. He has thrown 14 innings. What a job by Mason Freevert, throwing 6 shutout innings, allowing 5 hits. He ended up striking out 9 Tornadoes and walking 2. Azael Garcia leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch, 1 hopper toward the second baseman. Easy play. That's our new second baseman.
Reggie Peterson.
Who was it?
Reggie Peterson.
Reggie Peterson at second base now made the assist. Throws over to Royce Peterson and an easy out on a 1-hopper. So Garcia down on 1 pitch. That brings up Bobby Bachman, who walked on 4 pitches in the 3rd and get a fielder's choice. Bases were loaded, 2 outs. It went back up the middle. Shortstop fielded. It stepped on second base. Swings and fouls, a curveball straight back. DeBergston's on deck, 7-0 the score. Dodgers, 7 runs, 11 hits. Tornadoes, no runs, 5 hits.
Tanner Peterson's a shortstop.
Tanner Peterson at short.
Yeah.
Thank you. Curveball up in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the sophomore left fielder, Bobby Bachman. And the pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tornadoes have stranded 7 in the game. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Cal Peterson, a right-handed pitcher, delivers. Curveball line, and it's past the diving second baseman. Base hits. A good try by Reggie Peterson. Actually did glance off his glove, and Bobby Bachman with it, number 6 for the Storm Lake Tornadoes. So So that brings up DeVerkston. So DeVerkston tonight 1 for 3 infield single in the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Here's a little pop-up out of play. 7-0 Fort Dodge. Bachman at first base, 1 out in the inning. And DeVerkston's pitch, or I should say ground ball. Charlie hit it to the right side. Oh, by misplayed by Reggie Peterson. Everybody's safe. That's the first error by Fort Dodge's defense here in the game, and the Tornadoes now have first and second, 1 out for Trey Betcher. Storm Lake St. Mary's softball team now leading Coon Rapids Bayard 4-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Betcher 0 for 3, fly ball to right. He has struck out twice. Batting now with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tornadoes trail 7-0. Swings and misses at a curveball. Mason Freebert, the pitcher of record here for Fort Dodge. And Bachman at second, DeVerkston at first. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit, right field. Colton Shakes fielding it. Bachman held up at third, and the Tornadoes have loaded the bases. So DeVerkston at second, Bachman at third. Betcher with hit number 7 for the team. And it brings up Ryland Richardson. Infield single in the first, a fly ball to center, and struck out in the 5th. So Cal Peterson in relief of the starter, Mason Freebert. The Tornadoes have loaded the bases with 1 out in the inning. And Peterson sets and a pitch. Swing and a miss at one inside. And Richardson steps out of the batter's box. Each base runner will step off the bag. Bachman in foul territory at third. 7-0 Fort Dodge. And the pitch. Oh, good block by the catcher, Caden Frere. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Bases are loaded with Storm Lake Tornadoes 1 out. Second time the Tornadoes have done this. We had it in the 4th and failed to score. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and away. And Richardson has fallen behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. David Gonzalez Santos on deck. Runners get their leads. Base hit should score 2. Nobody even close to DeVerkston at second. The pitch. Oh no, they called him out. Strike 3. All right, Ryland Richardson down on strikes. Maybe a bit high. But Richardson down on strikes, looking 2 outs now in the inning, and that leaves it up to Gonzalez Santos. 7-0 Fort Dodge. David doubled in the 4th inning. Struck out the pop-up. And Peterson's pitch. That curveball is in there for a called strike 1. Bachman at third. DeVerkston at second. Trey Betcher at first. And the pitch. Curveball. Chopped. Fouled off home plates. And it's 0-2. On deck, Cale Phelps. Storm Lake softball wins tonight over MOC Floyd Valley, 12-6. St. Mary's softball trying to sweep on the road at Coon Rapids Bayard. They won the first game 13-3, lead the second 4-1. Now the 0-2, breaking ball drilled to center field, coming in. Kingery falls in, base hit. Bachman scores. DeVerkston being weighed in. He will score, and it's 7-2 to David Gonzalez Santos with his second hit of the game. 2 runs batted in, and Gonzalez Santos increases his team lead total to 14 RBIs on the year. 7-2 score. One of those runs will be unearned. Betcher at second. Gonzalez Santos at first, and Phelps, who singled in his last at bat, 1 for 2 at the plate. 7-2 score. As Cal Peterson, the right-hander, just trying to get one more out. And he'll set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Phelps. Phelps, he struck out in the second, walked in the fourth, and singled, and was stranded at third base last inning. Tornadoes on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the pitch, look out, curveball high and tight, and it's now 1-1. 7-2 Fort Dodge leading, bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs, 2 on. And Peterson will set, here's the pitch, down low. On deck hitter, Peyton Phillips. Ball game moving to the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. 2:15 correction. As Peterson's 2-1 pitch up in the zone, 3-1. Again, Freebert went 6 strong innings, giving up no runs on 5 hits, 9 strikeouts. Hold here in the 7th, Cal Peterson. 2 outs, 2 on, the pitch delivered. Swinging a high fly ball left field. Coming in, left fielder True McBride makes the catch, and the ball game is over. In the 7th inning for Storm Lake, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Fort Dodge 7, Storm Lake 2. Post game starts after this on 92.9 The Moose.